Read.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 22. Lay hands suddenly on no man.
Say, lay hands suddenly on no man. What that mean? Right, it say lay hands suddenly on no man. What does suddenly mean? If something happens suddenly, what does that mean? What if a car suddenly, right, it's unexpected, right? So when you about to fight someone, that's why I say lay hands suddenly on no man, right? You're supposed to think about what you're finna do before you do it. Even if they do something to wrong you and make you mad, you got to think about that thing, Ramai. You just can't suddenly say, oh, forget this, I'm finna boom, and go into rage and that man spirit take over. You can't do that. You got to think about it. You said what? You can't pop it off. Right. All right, you got to think about that thing. You got to take a step back and say, let me meditate on what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me meditate on that I'm God's chosen people, that I'm special, I'm holy, I'm set apart, I'm above all people on the face of the earth, and I can't act like how they act. Because you know who acts savagely like that? You know who taught us to beat on each other and hit each other and whoop our kids? You know who taught us that? This right here. This way you get where you see your people getting beat down and you think it's okay. It ain't okay to beat our people down. You said your name was Chris and Raymaya. You said 15, and how old you say? Y'all both 15? Y'all go to North Little Rock High School? Where y'all go? Who?
I go to
East 10. Where you go?
I go to North Little Rock. I go to ALE.
Oh, you in ALE right now. What you do to get in ALE? So that's what you was talking about with the anger, like the fighting and all that? Got you. All right, so, look. I want to help y'all understand some stuff. I know y'all already understand it because y'all old, right? You older, so I know you got good understanding of what's going on, right? So when the soldier was up teaching, did he make clear to y'all what y'all nationality was? What's your nationality? Go ahead. Right. So you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? From the tribe of Judah, right? He made it clear and made you understand that Christ is also an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? So if you Israelite from the tribe of Judah, me, and we black, that means that Christ is black as well, right? He also said that we had a choice, that God gave us a choice. He says you could choose good or you could choose evil. You could choose blessing or curse. Which one did we choose? We chose the curse, right? And how did he say we got under these curses? Right, by disobeying his commandments, right? And then we got cursed. So in order for us to get out of these conditions that we in, what do we have to do? We got to obey the commandments, right? Now, it's an important question he asked y'all. He said, what do we got to do? He said that we have to repent, right? We got to repent. But I'm going to show you something else, Deuteronomy 10 and 12. I'm going to show you something else that we must do, that we got to do. God requires us to do these things, right? Just like y'all in school right now, right? Y'all 15 years old. So if you wanted to not go to school, could you not go to school? Right, why you can't not go to school? Right, because it's required. You're required to go to school, right? At a certain age, up until a certain age, you are required to go to school. It don't matter what you want. It don't matter what you're trying to do. You're required to do that thing, right? We are Israelites from the tribe of Judah. We are God's chosen people. Do y'all understand that we are God's chosen? He chose us, right? Matter of fact, get Deuteronomy 7 and 6 real quick. Keep that though. Listen what God say about you, right? Because especially you, Chris. You too, Ramai, but especially you, Chris, because you're going to be a young black man. No matter what you do, no matter what you got going on, you're going to have to be a man in this society. You understand that? And the expectations that's going to be placed upon you are going to be that you be a man. It ain't going to matter what else going on. They're going to expect that from you. But listen to what God say about you. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God said that you are holy people unto him. Right? You know what holy mean? Remind, what does holy mean?
A person of God, a person who is nice and respectful and I wouldn't say do no wrong, but they try to do good and everything that they do.
I understand what you're saying. But you said a person, right? This is the Holy Bible. It's not a person, right? So what does it mean to be holy? right? To be pure. Holy means to be separate, to be sacred, right? If something is holy, that means that it's separate from everything else. You can't do and treat it the same way you treat everything else. So God said that we are holy people unto himself. That means that we supposed to be separate from everybody else. You understand that?
Right.
We're not like white people. We're not like Chinese people. We're not like African people. I know that's hard to wrap your mind because we all black, but we're not the same people. Y'all understand that? We're not like them. The Lord said we holy, we got to be separate from the people. So when you see them out here doing all this crazy stuff, you can't do what they do. The Lord said that you holy, right? Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
You hear that? It says the Lord chose us to be a special people, right? It's other people on the earth, right? It's Chinese people, it's white people, it's Japanese people, Arab people, and then it's us. It said the Lord chose us to be a special people.
Right.
We got to be that special people. We just can't be out here doing and living and doing whatever we want to do, right? We got to be a chosen people. We got to be special unto ourselves. Listen to this. This is the most important part. Read.
Above all people.
Now we equal with everybody.
Above all people.
Now we need to be trying to be equal with the white folk.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
The Lord said that we supposed to be above all people upon the face of the earth. So if we holy and we God's chosen people, why are we living in a cursed state? If we God's chosen people, why are we cursed? Why, Chris? Why we cursed? Right, we disobey God's laws, right? So we God's people. This is what we got to do. Get that Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
It says, and now Israel. Remind, who is Israel? You. He talking to you. He talking to you. He says, and now Israel. Read.
What does the Lord thy God require of thee?
It says, what does God require of you? Chris, what you think he require? Got you. What you think, Ramai?
Read his word and go by it.
Got you. Right. So he says that he's going to tell you what's required of you. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So you got to fear him?
To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord, and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So the Lord said that what's required of us is to keep his commandments, right? Keep his commandments. So I'm going to give y'all like 3 more scriptures, all right? Because I know it's late. I know y'all kids, y'all 15. It's late. Y'all need to really be... She just texted. I know because it's dark. And y'all 15. So listen, the Lord said he requires something that's required of us. It says that we got to keep the commandments. So what do you got to do to get the kingdom of heaven? What we got to do?
Obey God's commandments.
Good. We do got to obey God's commandments, right? It's very plain and simple. Obey God's commandments. Read that.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
So somebody asked Christ what he got to do to have eternal life, right? Because that's what you want, right? You want to live forever. You want to be in the kingdom of heaven with God, right? That's what we want, right? It says, he asked the Lord what he got to do to have eternal life. Read.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Do what?
Keep the commandments.
So he said, if you want to live forever, if you want to go to heaven, he said you got to keep the commandments, right? What's some of the commandments? What are the commandments? What's the commandments? If we got to keep the commandments, if you're Israel and you're required to keep the commandments, in order for you to get in heaven, you got to keep the commandments. What are the commandments that we have to keep? What are they? Good. Love your neighbor as yourself. Good. It is stuff like that. Now, there's some commandments. Those are commandments, common commandments that everybody know, right? But do you know that there are some commandments that you don't know that you're supposed to be keeping too? Right? All right. I'm going to give you some. I'm going to give you one, and then I'm going to give you one, then I'm going to let y'all go because I know y'all got to go. All right? Get Leviticus 21 and 5. Right? Because you remember, Chris, I was telling you, you're going to have to become a man. You're going to have to be a man, right? Once you become a man, it's going to be on you to lead your community. You're going to have to be the one up here trying to grab the young folks and teach them the commandments of the Lord. If we don't do it, you think a white man going to come down here and do it? You think the Chinese people going to come down here and tell you to do good? They don't want you to do good, right? Listen to this, Chris. This for you. Pay attention. Read.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
Right. He said, thou shalt not make baldness upon your head. What does that mean? Right. You can't shave your head off like Michael Jordan. You see what I'm saying? Like how now you can cut it down low. Like me, I'm about to go bald. You see how I'm balding all up there? But I'm not cutting it off. Because it's a law. He said, you're not supposed to shave your head, right? So you going forward as a man, don't bald your head like Michael Jordan. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard. Right, you 15, I don't know if you're growing your beard yet. But once you start growing your beard, don't ever cut it. Look at all the men in purple. You see every one thing in common, all of us, everybody got a beard on their face. Everybody have the beard on their face. It's a commandment. The Lord requires us to do that thing. So I know that you hadn't grown one yet, but once you start growing it, let it grow. Continue, don't cut it. Right. Just let it grow. If you do that, you keeping the commandments of the Lord. You understand that? That's an easy commandment. Is it hard to not cut your beard? Why it's hard, Chris?
Might not be hard.
It's not hard. When you think about it, that's not a hard thing to do, right? Now this for you, right? I gave him a commandment. Now this for you, all right? I want you to keep this thing in mind. You already know what I want. All right, now, pay attention to this, Ramai, okay? Because this a hard commandment for the women to get. A lot of women don't like this commandment. They think that it's something against them, but I'm going to show you why it's important. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear the
who?
The woman.
So is this talking about Chris? Who is talking about? You, the woman.
Shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Right. Now it said that the woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, and a man ain't supposed to put on the woman clothes either. It say everybody who do that, they abomination unto the Lord. Right? Abomination means something that the Lord hates. He hates that thing. Right? So we say everybody who do those things, he hates. Right? So let's start with the man first. It say the man ain't supposed to put on a woman's garment. What's a woman's garment that men be putting on and they not supposed to? Right. So you say a dress. A man not supposed to put on a dress because that's a woman's garment. When men put on dresses, what kind of spirit do we give a man? If you see a man with a dress on, is he going to be a man or is he going to be a woman man? How he going to act? A woman man, right? Why is he acting like that with that dress on? Because that dress gives him a different spirit. You understand that? When he put those clothes on, his spirit changed. Right. He say, I ain't no man no more. I'm trying to be a woman, and his spirit changed. You understand that? You understand that? All right, so it says the man ain't supposed to put on a woman's garment. Now let's go back to the top. Read.
Verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Now, what do women wear that pertaineth to a man that women not supposed to be wearing? I'll make it easy for you. If you go in this store right here and you got to use the restroom, and it's a man and a woman restroom, and it does not have the word men and women, how you gonna know which one the man bathroom and which one the woman bathroom? What if it's not a family bathroom? What if it's one for one and one for the other? How you gonna know which one for you and which one for Chris?
I won't know. I won't know.
How you know, Chris? If the word man and woman ain't on there, say it's a picture up there, what it's gonna look like?
You know? That's right.
The woman gonna have a dress on, what the man gonna have on? Just pants. Just pants.
Right.
So listen, this is why I say it's hard for women to take.
That's right.
The thing that women wear that pertain to a man that they're not supposed to wear is pants. Right. Women are not supposed to wear pants, they're supposed to wear dresses. Now, I want you to keep this in mind, Ramaya. Remember, we were talking about the man, if he put on a woman's garment, if he put on a dress, it's going to give him a woman's spirit. So if a woman put on pants, which are for men, what kind of spirit is those pants going to give that woman? It's the same thing. What kind of spirit is going to give her? A manly spirit. Now let me prove it to you, because I know you trying to swallow it like, I don't know though, I don't know about that. But let me prove it to you. You say what? I got you. So let me show it to you. Now you say you in ALE right now, right? You in ALE for fighting, right? You say you was fighting somebody. Now I understand that you still have to defend yourself, right? You must defend yourself. But back in the day, and I know now that times have changed a little bit, but back in the day, and really primarily now, if we go to war, who we gonna send over to fight for us? Who gonna fight? Males are gonna fight, right? That's a manly trait, right? That's mostly a manly trait. Men fight, right? And men wear the pants. But you say you went to ALE for doing what? Where you think you got that fighting spirit from? Because that's mostly a man's spirit. You understand that? Right, your brothers and your dad, which are what?
Bring it out.
They're men. That's a manly spirit. Now listen, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying, by you wearing, if you continue to wear pants, the manly spirit is gonna continue to be upon you. You're gonna continue to fight. You're gonna continue to do things that men do, that your brothers did, that your father did, because the spirit that's on you is a manly spirit because you wear pants. You understand that thing? So you got to make a change. Get that 1 Timothy 5 and 22. Read.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 22. Lay hands suddenly on no man.
It say lay hands suddenly on no man. Ramaya. You hear that? I'm going to read it again. Okay? Listen to it. Read it. This is from the word. This is the Lord telling you this. Pay attention. Read.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 22. Lay hands suddenly on no man.
It say lay hands suddenly on no man. What that mean? Right, it say lay hands suddenly on no man. What does suddenly mean? If something happens suddenly, what does that mean? What if a car suddenly, right, it's unexpected, right? So when you about to fight someone, that's why I say lay hands suddenly on no man, right? You're supposed to think about what you're finna do before you do it. Even if they do something to wrong you and make you mad, you got to think about that thing, Ramai. You just can't suddenly say, oh, forget this, I'm finna boom, and go into rage and that man spirit take over. You can't do that. You got to think about it. You said what? You can't pop it off. Right. All right, you got to think about that thing. You got to take a step back and say, let me meditate on what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me meditate on that I'm God's chosen people, that I'm special, I'm holy, I'm set apart, I'm above all people on the face of the earth, and I can't act like how they act. Right. Because you know who acts savagely like that? You know who taught us to beat on each other and hit each other and whoop our kids? You know who taught us that? This right here. This way you get where you see your people getting beat down and you think it's okay. It ain't okay to beat our people down. You understand that, Chris? This is where we got that from. We got that spirit on us because this is what we seen them doing to us. But they weren't supposed to do that to us. They did that to us for a reason. The reason they did that to us is because we disobeyed God's law, statutes, and commandments.
All of the enemy, them are gonna be a prey one day. Oh, what time for rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom of fall right now. Your time up, time up. This is the work of God. This are your kingdom reach to the stage of decadence. The water rise up and it's very evident. We come to claim our roots and take back our heritage. We were never savages, taken from the decayed state. No my kindred wake, meditating scriptures and increase with faith. While leading reach destruction await. Bind them kings with chain. Oh, what time to rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom of fall right now. Your time.
Hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. This is Captain Immanuel. Subscribe to IUIC Arkansas on YouTube. First and foremost, scan that QR code. Follow us on all platforms to help us push this truth. Facebook, Instagram, X.com, TikTok, need I say more? Everything! Just type in IUIC Arkansas and hit the follow or subscribe button, alright? Most High in Christ bless.
We still breaking God's commandments. That's why we're going to continue to be in these conditions. That's why you got one or two people who doing what they supposed to do, but as a whole, we're not doing it, right? Just like you in the classroom. If all the kids talking and the teacher get mad and the teacher mad at everybody, And then one kid say, I'm not going to talk no more. I'm going to be quiet. But everybody else still talking. Is the teacher going to be satisfied with one kid stop talking? Is he going to be satisfied with two people stop talking? When the teacher going to be satisfied? Right. So that's what's going on with our community right now. Thou shalt not kill. Yeah, you remind, you don't kill nobody. Chris, you don't kill nobody, and y'all think that's good enough. Like, I'm good. At least I ain't killing nobody. No. The whole community got to stop killing. And it start with us. It start with you. It start with the youth. Y'all 15. You understand what I'm saying? So by the time y'all had kids, you can teach your kids don't do that. They gonna teach their kids. They gonna teach their kids. And then that's how our nation gonna grow. But it start with you. It start with the youth. Get 1 Timothy 4:12. It start with you. And it can't. And it don't matter that you 15. You understand that, Chris? You got to start on your journey to manhood right now. You should have been started on it, but you got to start on it right now. Listen to this. Read.
1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth.
You hear that? It say, don't let nobody despise your youth. Just because you young, that don't mean that you don't have the right and the authority to tell people to do the right thing. Just like the kids at school. I know, Ramaya, I can look at you and tell you have influence on the kids that's around you. At school, you have influence on them. And if you say don't do something, they gonna not do it. But you got to be the one to do it. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be the one, the righteous one to step up. Right. You got to be righteous. You know what righteousness is? Tell me what you think it is.
What I think righteousness is, I feel like when you're humble, maybe.
Okay.
Even when you know it might be wrong or something like that, you still take accountability.
Got you. Do you feel like you righteous? Since that's the definition you gave, do you feel like you do those things? Yeah, whatever you said. Do you being humble, taking responsibilities for your actions and all that? So you feel like you're righteous? In what ways don't you think you're righteous?
Sometimes I can be a hypocrite if I don't know it. I might catch myself and then talk. Even though I already did it, I still feel bad.
I hear you. You think Chris righteous? Chris, you think you righteous? Why you say you not?
Because I still do stuff on the day.
Like what? What stuff you do on the daily? I heard you say you smoke too, right? Do you smoke? All right. What you do on the daily that's not righteous?
Like I still look like
So where I got you at? You 76. Okay, yeah. So look, I'm gonna show you what righteousness is, right? Because like I said, Ramai, you got the influence to be righteous. You got the influence to be righteous, and everybody will be righteous with you if you tell them what to do. I know that you had the influence because you're in ALE for beating people up. Now look, when I was young, I didn't beat people up because I just didn't have it to do that. But people who beat people up, I tend to listen to them people a little bit more because they could beat me up. You know what I'm saying? So you beating folks up, I know that you can influence them to do the right thing, or you can influence them to do the wrong thing, right? So we need you to be righteous. You need to be a righteous sister. Listen to this. This is what righteousness is. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness.
And it shall be your righteousness. Read.
If we observe to do all these commandments.
To do what?
Do all these commandments before the Lord our God.
You hear that? So in order for you to be righteous, it say that you got to do the commandments of the Lord. You hear that? Now look, the Lord said that we in the conditions that we in because we didn't keep his commandments. He put these curses on us because we didn't keep the commandments. He say in order for us to get the kingdom of heaven, we got to keep the commandments. He say what's required of us is to keep the commandments. He say in order for you to be righteous, Ramaya, you have to keep the commandments. You heard that, right? He said 4 different times where we're supposed to be keeping the commandments, right? Do you feel like you going to keep the commandments? Do you feel like you want to keep the commandments or not?
I do.
You do? All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Now, with you saying that, get Leviticus 19 and 11. Listen to this real quick. Get Leviticus 19 and 11. Because you say you do want to keep the commandments, right? Chris, do you want to keep the commandments? You do? All right, read this.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
Do what?
Neither lie one to another.
It says that you're not supposed to lie one to another, right? So you told me that you want to keep the commandments. You're going to try to keep the commandments. You said the same thing as well. It's also a commandment not to lie to each other. So I'm going to ask you again. You finna try to keep the commandments or not? You going to try? All right, so we're not lying. Now, get Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Remind, tell me if you're going to do this commandment or not. We just talked about it. All right? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Now, we broke it down, and I know you know what that means. Are you going to do that commandment?
So I can't. You don't want me to wear no pants?
I don't want you to do nothing, Ramiah. This is the Lord's word. I didn't write this book. You his people. You got to do what he say. So he say he don't want you to wear pants. Now look, I know that you're saying that. Look at this one walking in the store. You see her? She got dressed on. She ain't got no problem. She going into the store. She minding her business. She don't care what nobody got going on. She just going into the store and she's wearing a dress. Did you see anything wrong with that woman walking to the store with that dress on? Is anything wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Right. So it's a simple thing for you to do. You can do it. Right. Ain't nobody gonna look at you crazy. Ain't nobody gonna look at you strange because you wearing a dress. It's a normal thing for a woman to wear a dress. That's a normal thing. And it's a commandment of the Lord. He said you supposed to wear a dress. Now, I know that you said earlier that it's cold. That's why you got the pants on, right? But they make leggings, right? Do you have a pair of leggings? Do you wear leggings out in the open? Every now and then, right? Leggings are actually underwear. Right. They're supposed to go under the dresses you wear. That's right. That's why they call underwear. Clothes that go under the clothes you wear, right? So if it's cold, get a pair of those leggings that you got and put those on. They're gonna keep your legs warm, and then put your dress on. You understand that? Do you even own any dresses? You do? So you wear dresses. Would it be a hard thing for you to wear a dress every day?
I mean, the dresses that I own are like real fancy for like maybe prom. I can't wear that on a daily basis.
I got you. I understand what you're saying. Those type of dresses you can't. Do you have some dresses that you can wear everyday living dress? So what you think you need to do?
Just go shopping.
Yeah, there you go. That's a perfect excuse for you to go shopping. You can show it to your mama. You can say, Mama, look at this in the Bible. The Lord say, I have to wear dresses. You got to take me shopping. You have to take me shopping, Mama. And she going to do it too. Because if she see you being righteous, if she see that you trying to honor the things of the Lord, you might win your mama. Right. You understand that? Right. You got to be a light. You got to be a light. When your mama see you being a light, she going to say, dang, if my daughter this much into the Bible and she all into it, maybe I need to get into it. You understand that? She going to do that too. Right. But just like Ramai got a requirement she got to wear for her clothes, that means you got a requirement too, right? You think the Lord just gonna give her a requirement and not give you one? What you think your requirement is? Numbers 15. You don't wear dresses, right? Good, don't wear dresses. Right? But it's also things that you're supposed to do too.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
It says, speak unto the children of Israel. Who is that, Chris? That's you. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
That they make what?
Make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Now, it says make fringes. You know what a fringe is? Chris, you know what a fringe is? Yeah. What's fringes? You know what fringes is? Read it again.
Verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
It says that they make fringes in the borders of their garments. You know what fringes are?
Like details, like stitching?
Yeah, it is stitching. Basically, it's like lines, like slits like that. See that? It's a fringe. It's a pattern. A fringe is a pattern. Right? It's a pattern of lines. It says that they make them fringes in the borders of their garment. What's the border? What the border mean? If you go to the border, you at the bottom, right? That means that it's about to end off, right? So if you go to the border of the United States, Mexico next. That's why they call it the border, right? So it says, but they make fringes in the borders of their garment. Read.
Throughout their generations.
Throughout their generations. That means as long as they generate, they need to do it. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So it's supposed to be a ribbon of blue on top of your fringes. You see that blue on top of that fringe? Right. Look at all the men out here shirts. You see everybody's shirt got a fringe on there. Everybody's shirt got blue on there. Right? That's a requirement of the Lord. He requires us to do that thing. Right? Not even just our shirts that we come out here in. Every shirt that I own got one on there. Right. Every single shirt. Every shirt. Even before I had money, right? Ramaya gonna have to get her mama to go, y'all brother and sister. She gonna have to get her mama to go buy her dresses. That means she gotta spend money. You don't gotta spend no money. You can chop, 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 chop. All your shirts.
Right.
Put a ribbon on top of it. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Right. So he said the reason that you're supposed to do this, Chris, it says so you can look on it and you can remember the commandments of the Lord. Right? That's the reason you're supposed to do it. Remind you got to do it too. On your dresses, you got to put the fringe on there too. Because the reason he wants us to do that is so we can remember that we're supposed to be keeping the commandments of the Lord. Right. So when you're about to pop off, when somebody say something crazy to you and you finna beat their ass, you can say, you know what? Nah, I ain't even gonna whoop you because I know I'm supposed to be keeping the commandments. I know I'm supposed to be righteous. I know I'm supposed to be a daughter of the Lord. I know I'm supposed to be a prophet of the Lord. So I ain't gonna do those things. That's what the fringe represent.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is